My precious child, lean in close and listen to me right now, because what I am about to speak over your life is not poetic language. It is not wishful thinking. It is not motivational noise meant to temporarily lift your mood. It is truth that carries power, and that power is moving toward you even as you hear these words. The situation that has been holding you captive, the mountain that has been standing in front of you like it will never move, the crisis that has stolen your sleep and drained your joy little by little until you barely recognize yourself anymore. That very situation has been marked for divine intervention. I know how many nights you have laid awake staring at the ceiling, replaying conversations, calculating numbers, imagining worst-case scenarios, feeling the tightness in your chest and wondering how much longer you can carry this weight. I know how many times you try to fix it with your own strength, how many plans you made, how many strategies you attempted, how many times you promised yourself that tomorrow you would try harder, think smarter, push further. And when none of it worked, when the door stayed closed and the diagnosis stayed the same, and the bank account did not change, and the relationship did not heal, you slowly began to lower your expectations just to protect your heart from breaking again. You told yourself, maybe this is just how it is going to be. Maybe this is your portion. Maybe miracles are for other people. But while you were learning to survive disappointment, I was preparing breakthrough. While you were adjusting to a smaller vision of your life, I was arranging something greater than you imagined. I heard every prayer you whispered at 3 in the morning when your voice shook, and you did not even have the energy to form complete sentences. I heard the fragmented prayers, the exhausted sighs, the tears that fell in the shower where no one could see, the silent cries you swallowed during the day because you had to keep functioning. Not one tear was wasted. Not one plea went unheard. You thought your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling, but they were reaching my heart. You thought heaven was silent, but heaven was moving. The season of impossibility that has overshadowed you is coming to an end, and a season of supernatural breakthrough is beginning. This will not be the result of you finally figuring everything out. It will not be because you mastered positive thinking or discovered the perfect strategy. It will be because I am stepping into your situation with power that does not depend on favorable circumstances. I am not limited by statistics, by past patterns, by expert opinions, or by what has always been. I am the one who created natural law, and I am not bound by it. If your battle has been in your body, if you walked out of a doctor's office carrying words like terminal, incurable, progressive, if you have stared at scans and test results that felt like a sentence over your future, hear me clearly. I am not intimidated by a diagnosis. I formed your body. I understand every cell, every system, every hidden process. I am able to restore what medicine cannot explain. Healing is not difficult for me. I can reverse what looks irreversible. I can strengthen what has weakened. I can renew what has been deteriorating. And if your battle has been financial, if you are drowning in debt that seems to multiply no matter how disciplined you try to be, if you have cut expenses, worked extra hours, sacrificed comfort, pride, and sleep, and still the numbers refuse to cooperate, know this: I am your provider. I am not restricted by the economy, by job markets, or by what is currently in your account. I can open doors no one saw coming. I can create opportunities that were not on your radar. I can shift circumstances in ways that logic cannot predict. If your impossibility has been relational, a marriage hanging by a thread, a child who has drifted far from you, a friendship broken beyond repair, I can soften hearts that seem hardened beyond hope. I can bring clarity where there has been confusion, humility where there has been pride, forgiveness where there has been deep hurt. Nothing is too tangled for me to untangle. You have been carrying a weight that was never meant for your shoulders. The complexity of it all has left you paralyzed, unsure where to even begin. Every problem seems connected to 3 more, and every attempt to fix one part exposes another. That overwhelming feeling, that mental exhaustion, that quiet despair, I see it all, and I am not asking you to solve it. I am asking you to trust me with it. Miracles are not reserved for the spiritually elite. They are released where faith, even small faith, makes room. You do not need perfect belief. You do not need to feel strong. You do not need to pretend you are fearless. Bring me your doubt. Bring me your fatigue. Bring me your last thin thread of hope. I can work with that. The breakthrough beginning in your life may not look dramatic at first. It may start with a small shift, a phone call, a new idea, a sudden peace that does not make sense. Do not despise small beginnings. Often the greatest transformations start quietly, beneath the surface, before they become visible. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean nothing is happening. Seeds grow in hidden places before they break through the soil. And what I am planting in your life right now will break through. The mountain that has towered over you will not stand forever. The door that refused to open will not remain shut indefinitely. The chapter marked by fear, lack, sickness, or heartbreak will not define your entire story. I am rewriting what you thought was final. I am breathing life into areas that felt dead. I am restoring hope you buried for your own protection. And when the breakthrough comes, and it will, you will know it was not by your might or your power, but by my hand. You will look back at this season and see that even in the silence, even in the waiting, even in the pain, I was present. I was guiding. I was preparing. So lift your head. Take a slow breath. Release the illusion that everything depends on you. It does not. I am already working in ways you cannot yet see. The season of barely surviving is ending. The season of restoration, provision, healing, and unexpected favor is unfolding. Hold on a little longer. Trust me a little deeper. The same God who has carried you this far is not about to abandon you now. Your tears were seeds. Your prayers were petitions. Your endurance was not in vain. What looked like the end is becoming the beginning of a testimony that will strengthen not only you, but everyone who hears how I brought you through. Stay expectant. Stay open. Miracles are not a distant promise. They are moving toward you now. And as this new season begins to unfold, I want you to understand something deeper, something that will anchor you when the first signs of change start appearing. Breakthrough does not always arrive with thunder and lightning. Sometimes it begins as a quiet shift inside your heart, a calm where there used to be panic, a steady confidence where there used to be constant fear. You may wake up one morning and realize that the crushing weight on your chest is lighter. The problem may still exist in the natural, but something inside you will have changed. That change is not your imagination. It is my peace settling over you like a shield. And that peace is proof that I am already moving. You have lived in survival mode for so long that peace feels unfamiliar. You have trained your mind to expect bad news, to prepare for disappointment, to brace for impact. Even when nothing is wrong in a particular moment, your body has remained tense because you were waiting for the next blow. But I am teaching you how to rest again. I am reteaching your nervous system what safety feels like. I am restoring the parts of you that have been on high alert for far too long. This is not weakness. This is healing. There will be moments when doubt tries to return. Thoughts will whisper, "What if nothing changes? What if this hope is just setting you up to be hurt again?" When that happens, do not panic. Doubt does not cancel my promise. Fear does not stop my power. Bring those thoughts to me instead of fighting them alone. Let me replace them with truth. You are not foolish for hoping again. You are courageous. Some of you will begin to see doors open that you had stopped knocking on. An opportunity you thought was lost will circle back around. A conversation you feared will suddenly become possible. A financial path you did not notice before will become clear. A medical report will look different than expected. Progress that doctors cannot fully explain will start to show. Small victories will stack on top of each other until what once seemed impossible begins to look inevitable. Do not dismiss these moments as coincidence. Recognize them as evidence. Others of you will experience restoration in ways you did not anticipate. The thing you were praying for may not return in the exact form you imagined, but what I bring will be better suited for your future. Sometimes I close a door not to deny you, but to protect you. Sometimes I allow a delay not to punish you, but to position you. What I have prepared for you fits who you are becoming, not who you used to be. I am also strengthening you through this process. The version of you that walks into this next chapter will not be the same fragile, exhausted person who entered the valley. You are developing resilience. You are learning discernment. You are discovering that your identity is not tied to your circumstances. The storm did not destroy you. It revealed the strength I placed inside you. and that strength will serve you long after this current battle is over. Do not rush the unfolding. Seeds do not sprout the moment they are planted. Roots grow deep before branches grow tall. What feels like delay is often development. I am building foundations under you that will sustain the blessing when it fully manifests. If I released everything at once before you were ready, it could overwhelm you. So trust my timing as much as you trust my power. There will come a day, sooner than you think, when you will speak about this season without your voice shaking. You will tell someone else, "I remember when I thought it would never change." And as you say those words, you will realize how far you have come. The tears that once felt endless will have dried. The fear that once controlled your decisions will have loosened its grip. The mountain that once blocked your path will stand behind you as a reminder of what I carried you over. And when that day comes, do not forget the intimacy we built in the dark. Do not forget how you learned to lean on me when no human solution remained. Do not forget how you discovered that my presence was enough even before the miracle arrived. The breakthrough is a gift, but the relationship we are deepening is the greater treasure. Right now, even before everything changes outwardly, I want you to practice gratitude in advance. Thank me for what is already in motion. Thank me for the unseen shifts. Gratitude opens your heart wider to receive. Expectation prepares you to recognize the answer when it appears. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are not stuck forever. This chapter is not your final chapter. The pain did not disqualify you. The delay did not disprove my love. The struggle did not cancel your calling. I am weaving even this into a story of redemption. So lift your eyes again. Breathe deeply. Release the need to control every outcome. I am guiding you step by step. What feels fragile right now will become firm. What feels chaotic will become ordered. What feels empty will be filled. The breakthrough has already begun, first in the unseen, then in your heart, and soon in your circumstances. Stay close to me. Stay open. The best part of your story is still unfolding, and you will look back one day and realize that this was the turning point, the moment when everything quietly started to change. And as everything continues to shift, I want you to notice the subtle courage rising inside you. It may not feel dramatic. It may not look like bold speeches or grand gestures. It may simply look like you getting out of bed again, like you choosing to try one more time, like you sending that email, making that appointment, having that honest conversation you have been avoiding. Do not underestimate these steps. Small obedience creates space for big miracles. You have been waiting for a sign that everything will instantly change before you move forward. But often, I move as you move. When you take one step in trust, I release the next piece of direction. When you open your hand, I place something new inside it. Faith is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet consistency. There will be moments where old memories try to pull you backward. Reminders of past failures. Reminders of times you hoped before and felt disappointed. But you are not the same person you were then. You have grown. You have learned. You have endured things that once would have broken you. The fact that you are still standing is proof that my grace has been sustaining you all along. I am also aligning the right people around you. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that is okay. Some relationships were seasonal. Some voices were never meant to guide your future. But I am bringing divine connections into your life. People who will speak life instead of fear, wisdom instead of doubt, encouragement instead of criticism. Pay attention to the ones who bring peace into the room. Pay attention to the ones who strengthen your faith instead of draining it. If your struggle has been financial, you will begin to notice ideas forming that you had not considered before. Creativity will awaken. Opportunities will surface in conversations you almost skipped. Favor will meet preparation. Keep stewarding what you have. Be faithful in small things. I multiply what is placed in my hands. If your struggle has been in your health, continue to care for your body with wisdom, but do not let fear dominate your thoughts. Speak life over yourself. Rest when you need to. Believe that recovery is possible even when progress feels slow. Healing is not always instant, but it is always within my reach. If your struggle has been emotional, anxiety, heaviness, silent sadness you cannot explain, I am restoring joy from the inside out, not temporary happiness based on circumstances, but deep-rooted joy that remains even when life is imperfect. That joy will surprise you. It will rise in ordinary moments. You will laugh again without forcing it. You will feel lightness again without guilt. And as breakthrough unfolds, humility will protect you. Remember where you came from. Remember the nights you cried. Let compassion grow in you for others who are still in their valley. Your testimony is not just for you. It will become someone else's lifeline. The comfort you receive, you will one day give. There's also discipline being formed in you during this season. Endurance, patience, focus. These are not glamorous gifts, but they are powerful. They prepare you to sustain what you prayed for. Blessings without character can crush a person. But I am shaping your character to match your calling. You may not see the full picture yet. You may only see one piece at a time. That is intentional. If you saw everything at once, it would overwhelm you. Trust that I see the complete design. Every delay, every closed door, every unexpected turn has been woven together with purpose. Soon you will recognize the shift more clearly. The conversations will sound different. The atmosphere around you will feel lighter. The constant tension will no longer dominate your thoughts. And you will realize that what once controlled you no longer has the same power. Do not go back to shrinking yourself. Do not return to expecting the worst just to avoid disappointment. Hope boldly again. Dream again. Plan again. Not with arrogance, but with trust. You are allowed to anticipate good things. This is your turning point, not because everything outside has instantly transformed, but because something inside you has aligned with truth. You are no longer defined by the mountain in front of you. You are defined by the one who stands with you. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep listening for my voice in the quiet moments. I am leading you forward, not backward, not in circles, but forward. The chapter that once felt endless is closing. A new one is opening with strength, clarity, restoration, and peace. And one day soon, you will whisper with tears in your eyes, not tears of pain, but tears of gratitude. God, you really did bring me through. My precious child, as we continue walking through this sacred unfolding, I want you to settle your heart and truly absorb what I am about to reveal. You have measured time by your pain. You have counted months by disappointments. You have marked years by what did not happen. But I do not measure your life by delays. I measure it by destiny. What feels late to you has never been late to me. What feels lost has never been outside my reach. You have asked, quietly and sometimes angrily, why did this take so long? And I have heard that question without offense. I am not intimidated by your honesty. I would rather have your real questions than rehearsed religious words. The waiting was not wasted. The silence was not punishment. The valley was not abandonment. It was preparation, protection, and positioning. There were things developing beneath the surface that you could not see. Character was being refined. Motives were being purified. Strength was being built in hidden places. You thought you were barely surviving, but you were actually being transformed. The pressure that felt like it would crush you was shaping you into someone capable of carrying more than you imagined. You have underestimated how much you have grown. The version of you who first entered this struggle would not recognize the resilience you now carry. You have learned how to sit with uncertainty. You have learned how to function even when clarity was missing. You have learned how to pray without immediate answers. You have learned endurance. That endurance is not small. It is sacred. There were nights when you questioned your worth, when rejection echoed louder than affirmation, when failure felt like identity instead of experience. But I never confused your mistakes with your identity. I never labeled you by your lowest moment. I see you through the lens of purpose, not through the lens of performance. You have tied your value to outcomes for too long. If things worked, you felt valuable. If things failed, you felt small. But your worth was never dependent on results. You were valuable before the breakthrough, and you are valuable in the waiting. Your identity is rooted in who I say you are, not in what your circumstances say about you. As this next chapter unfolds, I am restoring not just opportunities, but identity. I am reminding you of who you truly are. You are not the person defined by debt. You are not the person defined by diagnosis. You are not the person defined by rejection or betrayal or delay. You are my child. You are chosen. You are seen. You are equipped. The world may measure you by achievements, titles, income, or appearance, but I measure you by heart. And your heart, even in exhaustion, kept reaching for me. That matters more than you know. Now listen closely. Breakthrough is not just about external change. It is about internal alignment. When your heart aligns with truth, your life begins to shift in ways that are sustainable. I am not interested in giving you something that will fade quickly. I am building something lasting. There are relationships being realigned. Some connections will deepen. Others will gently fall away. Do not chase what is leaving. Do not cling to what is not meant to continue. I remove what cannot support your next level. I bring in what will strengthen your future. You may notice that certain conversations no longer feel comfortable. Certain environments no longer fit. That is not arrogance. That is growth. When you grow, your surroundings must adjust. Allow the adjustment, and as you step into this new space, confidence will begin to rise. Not loud, not prideful, but steady. You will start trusting your decisions again. You will start believing that good things are possible for you. That shift is holy. It is the undoing of years of self-doubt. Financial restoration will not just be about money. It will be about wisdom. You will handle resources differently. You will see opportunities differently. You will break cycles that once felt inherited. I am teaching you stewardship so that when increase comes, it remains. Health restoration will not just be about physical strength. It will be about peace in your mind. Stress that once dominated your body will begin to lose its grip. Fear that once tightened your chest will loosen. Healing flows through peace. Emotional restoration will not just be about feeling better. It will be about seeing clearly. You will no longer interpret every delay as rejection. You will no longer assume the worst outcome before anything happens. Your thoughts will become allies instead of enemies. And through it all, gratitude will anchor you. Not fake positivity, not denial of reality, but genuine gratitude for the small evidences of progress. A better day than yesterday, a lighter thought than last week, a bill paid, a good report, a peaceful conversation. Celebrate these moments. They are building blocks. You once believed that joy would only return when everything was perfect. But joy is returning even before perfection arrives. That is freedom. There will still be challenges. This does not mean a life without obstacles. But obstacles will no longer define you. They will become stepping stones. What once stopped you will now strengthen you. The fear of, what if it all falls apart again, will try to whisper. When it does, answer it with this truth. I carried you before. I will carry you again. You are not walking alone into this new chapter. I go before you. I stand beside you. I remain behind you. You are surrounded. Do not rush ahead in anxiety. Do not hold back in fear. Walk steadily. The dreams you buried are not forgotten. Some will be revived. Others will be replaced with something better aligned to who you are now. Trust the exchange. I do not remove without intention. I refine vision. You will also find your voice again. The voice that once felt silenced by disappointment. The voice that hesitated to speak because you feared being wrong. Confidence will return. Clarity will sharpen. You will speak with calm assurance. And when people ask you how you made it through, you may not have a dramatic explanation. You will simply say, God sustained me, and that will be enough. Remember this, the breakthrough is not a single moment. It is a process unfolding day by day. It is peace replacing panic. It is wisdom replacing confusion. It is hope replacing heaviness. It is provision replacing lack. It is strength replacing exhaustion. You are not who you were, and you are not yet who you will become, but you are moving forward. The chapter of constant fear is closing. The chapter of steady trust is opening. The chapter of survival is ending. The chapter of purpose is beginning. Stay humble. Stay grateful. Stay close to me. Everything you endured is being woven into a testimony. The tears were not wasted. The waiting was not empty. The struggle was not meaningless. Look ahead with expectation now. Lift,